Bye.
Bye.
Yes, Anna.
Kumar, are you able to hear me?
Yes, Anna.
Yeah, Anna.
Yeah, very good.
Yeah, I can.
Great. You can make. Did you check with the
Sure.
ones?
Yeah, I'm calling.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Good morning and what is that? Sri Ram Navami, right? Today.
Mm.
So Sri Ram Navami wishes to you guys.
Thanks, Anna. Same to you.
Yeah.
Thanks, Anna. Wish you the same.
Thank you. And let's go ahead and start. Before we start, let's recap what discussed on previous session. So previous session we discussed about reports, dashboards. We have majorly three types of reports. The first thing is summary report, tabular report, and matrix report. And there will be one more thing called the mixed report, but that's not going to help much. And I have given the differences, all these things. And I hope I sent you the materials and all. Please follow. I mean, if you want what we are doing and all. Okay. So the next thing is that. Let's talk about the data models. So the main goal of this data model discussion is, okay, so if you see in the companies, let's take 10 years back. So how Andhra Bank is maintaining the data? 10 years back, maybe 15 years back. How SBI Bank was maintaining the data? They were maintaining in the physical copies. What does it mean? They have some books, in the books they were writing, okay, so and so person is having this much of amount. He withdrawn this much of amount on this much of date, like that. Okay, now also if you look at in the company's HR, how are they maintaining the data? They are maintaining the Excel. So even I see in my company that HR will maintain the data in the Excel. That means, yeah, so and so person came for the interview. Current status is, okay, this is the status, and recruitment manager is this guy, and how many interviews are over, what is the next interview. All this information they are maintaining the Excel. All this information they are maintaining the Excel. So tomorrow, let's say, till now they maintain in the Excel, and tomorrow we are starting the Salesforce to use Salesforce to maintain the data. Then is it our responsibility to bring the data whatever available in the Excel into the Salesforce, yes or no? Okay, so let me repeat the conclusion. Let's say we have bulk amount of data maintained till now out of the Salesforce, or maybe in the Excel. Till now there is a bulk of data maintained in Excel, and from tomorrow onwards we are going to use the Salesforce. If we are using Salesforce from tomorrow, then we need to migrate Excel data into Salesforce, or we need to bring the data whatever available in the Excel into Salesforce. So how to bring the data whatever available in the Excel into the Salesforce, we need to see today. So before that, how are we maintaining the data in the Salesforce? We are maintaining the data in the Salesforce, or in the Salesforce how? In the objects, in the records, in the fields, or Salesforce object, Salesforce data will be represented in the form of fields, objects, relations. I already told this one. So if you look at here, there is a invoice statement. So in the invoice statement, this is called what? Object. So inside the object we have fields. Inside the object we have fields. So and we have relationships. So if you look at here, there is a Channa line item. So that means what? So the data is going to be maintained in terms of fields, objects, relations, and validations. I already discussed validations also. Not sure if okay, you can even make out. Okay, and the page layouts. So if you look at here, this is what I discussed in the last class. So this is a tab. This tab is having some view. This is a tab, or there is an object. This object is associated with one tab, and it is having one layout. From where this layout is coming on? So let's take the sales. Let's take the sales, company, leads, accounts. Like that, so many tabs are there. So every tab is having some view, or every tab is having some page layout. So from where we are getting the page layout? Click on setup. Click on setup. There is customize. So if you look at here, whatever you see here, you will see here to customize. For customize, let's say I'll take the example of leads. So lead is going to have something called the page layout. Okay, the campaign is going to have page layouts. Everything will have page layouts. So this is what the page layout we are using for the campaign. So you can edit it and you can customize however you want. You can edit it and you can customize however you want. Anyway, we will discuss this one. I already covered some of the stuff in the last session, and we will be covering one more time when we will discuss about the video reports. That's fine. So therefore, now the conclusion is what? What is a data model? It is a structure. It is a storage structure. It is a storage structure. It is a storage structure, comma, to store. So for what purpose it is? To store the data. To store the data in efficient way. efficient way. So the data models are nothing but the storage structure to store the data in the efficient way. So now if you see here, so to create the data models, we require, or we have, in the Salesforce, what are the steps we have? So first one is just now I told you, fields, objects, okay, relations or relationships. Okay, fourth one, validations. Fifth one, page layouts. Like that we have plenty. Okay, so therefore to create data models, we have all these things in the Salesforce. Okay, next, every project starts with what? Data models creation. That is nothing but DB, right? So whenever you start the project, what do you do? First you create the tables. Without tables you can't do anything. I already told you. So in the database terminology we call it as table. In the Salesforce terminology we call it as objects. So therefore, so every project starts with the data models creation. Data models creation. Okay. Next, so now let's say I created the data model. Every project starts with that's what I explained you the situation. So till now data is maintained in the Excel, and from tomorrow onwards we are going to use the Salesforce. Now it is our responsibility to bring to migrate the data, whatever available in the Excel into the Salesforce. So therefore, if you want to do that, first you need to create the data model. That means first you create the object. Assume that you create the object. Once you create the object, then you need to bring the Salesforce, or you need to bring the data into the Salesforce. To bring the data into the Salesforce, we have three mechanisms. Okay, so there are different ways. To fetch data, or to fetch or bring data into the data models. So what are those? The first one is importing. The second one is data loaders. This is called as Apex. The third one is integration. That means by doing some integrations we will be able to achieve. That's all. So please catch the point, whatever whatever discussed in the last. So we have a project, or we are going to start Salesforce tomorrow. So it is our responsibility to bring the data, whatever available in the Excel or in some format, into the Salesforce. So to bring the data into the Salesforce data models, we have three ways. First one is importing. Second one is data loader. People call it as Apex. Third one is integration. Integration is going to be using some tools. So now the next point is, okay, now the next point is, we'll see the first option. So first option is what? Importing. This is very much important one, because most of the companies, if they are starting fresh, then obviously this kind of scenario is going to be required. Okay, importing data from *.cvs or CSV. I hope everyone knows what is a CSV format. CSV format is nothing but comma, value separated. Anyway, if you don't know, we'll see now. That's not a big deal. So importing data from CSV file to the database or data models. So for that, step 1. What is the step 1? So we are importing data. We are importing data into the Salesforce. So that means first we have the data. We should have the data. So that means what? Let me create the data first. Please look at here. I am trying to create the data. So let me open Microsoft Excel. or simply you can store in the notepad and save it as CSV format. So this is what I am trying to show: employee ID, employee name, employee salary. These are the fields. So employee name 101. 101. Name is, let's say, Chenna. Salary is 12 rupees. 102. Name is Supreet. Okay, salary is, let's say, 22 rupees. 103. Name is Shiva. Salary, I don't know how much Shiva wants. Okay, 104. Okay, ABC or Uma. Salary is in dollars. Okay, maybe $25. Let me put like this. So this is how I have the data. So now let me convert this into, save as CSV format. Let's say one dot CSV, CVS, right, or comma separated values, CSV. So let me save in the desktop. Yeah, you look at here, my file is ready. So look at this, even though you have, what happened? Everything is converted into here. So let me put it this way: employee ID, employee name, and employee salary. Okay, maybe you can mark it as bold. Okay, so 101, Chenna, salary is 10 rupees or 120 rupees. 102, Supreet, salary is, let's say, 1111. 103, Shiva, salary is 333. 104, Uma, salary is 350. So this is the data I have. Like that, assume that we maintain the data till now. This is how we maintain the data till now. Now we are bringing this data into the Salesforce. So let me put the print screen of this one in the document, requirement document. This is the data we have. That is the print. Okay, so this is the data we have, and we are trying to bring this data into the Salesforce. So Salesforce means some database. Assume that this is a database. Okay, so we are bringing this data into the Salesforce by using which mechanism? By using import mechanism. So this is nothing but what? Importing. We are trying to import. Importing. And this is nothing but data models or database. Database or data models. So this is what I am trying to explain. Okay. So therefore, step 1 is what? Create a CSV file. This is what the step 1. Step 1 is we are have data, have or create data in CSV file. Okay, so look at this one. If at all you are so in the previous one, I created the data in the like this. I created the employee ID, employee name, employee salary. So 101, Chenna, and salary is 10 rupees. But when I convert it into CSV format, everything is coming in a single column, right? So if you don't want that way, put comma here. I'm trying to convert text data. I'm trying to convert text data into CSV format. Look at here. So this is how you can maintain 1 or 2. Okay, A, B, C, salary is 11 rupees. 1 or 3, X, Y, G, salary is 220 rupees. Now when you save, look at this one. So even though you maintain the data in the text file, you can import into Salesforce. Save as, select all the files. Okay, so let's say 2.csv. Now let's go and open the 2.2. See, look at here, your data is ready. So if you are if at all you have the data in the notepad, so use the comma so that you can able to convert into CSV format. Okay, now your data is ready. Your data is ready. Okay. Open what is that? What we did? Open notepad and enter the data using, what is that? Enter the data using comma and then save as asterisk.csv format. Okay, so that is what I did. Now my file is ready. My data is ready. So that's what we did. Our data is ready. So this is what our data. I am going to use one .csv file for our project. So this is having 100 records or 4 records. And remember this. Please remember this conclusion. So right now, how many records I am having in my Excel? Only 4 records. Or how many records are there in my CSV file? Only 4 records. And what are the different mechanisms to import the data? If you look at here, there are importing the, if you want to import the data, you have import mechanism, data loader and integration. Okay, please see the conclusion. If you have records greater than 50,000 or let me put it this way, or okay, using integration mechanism, you can import. Using integration mechanism, you can import 50K records per session. What does it mean? So if you look at here, maximum, this conclusion is important. Maximum import of data. Maximum import of data is 50K records per session. So this is the conclusion. What does that mean? So if you see here, 101 Chenna, 120 is a record, 102 Supri is a record, 103 Shiva is a record, all like that. So right now how many I have? 4 records. So 4 records I am trying to import per session. So therefore, how many maximum we can import per session? 50 records. What is the meaning of per session? What is the meaning of per session? Anyone? One login and log out is nothing but a session. So whenever you log in, one session will be created for you. Whenever you log in, one session will be created for you. In that session, how many records you can able to import? 50K records you can import maximum. If you want more, then log out and log in again, so that a different session will be created. Now you can ask a question, why they have this kind of restriction? There are so many ways. Because it's a cloud platform. It's not good to give a chance for one guy to import their data for hours and hours. Okay, and the second reason is providing the security. What is the guarantee that, okay, if I am allowing you to import everything, so you may do, unknown person may hack and import everything and mess up something. So it's always good to have some restriction on the data. Like that, plenty of the parameters are there for them, but for us, the conclusion is per session we can able to import 50K records. If you want to import another 50K and log out and log in again, so that different session will be created, and with that session again you can able to import. Let's say you don't want to log out, log in, all these things you don't want to do all those stuff. If you don't want to do all the stuff and you want to import bulk amount of data, then go for the data loader. That's nothing but the second mechanism. See, interviewers very frequently asking these questions. So let's say I have a legacy data and I am trying to import into Salesforce. What are the mechanisms? You will be saying import mechanism, data loader mechanism, and the integration mechanism. So when to use import, when to use data loader. So import, this is what you need to say. If you have less amount of data, let's say 50K records, and you are good to import the data sessions by session, then go for the data loader. Assume that you have plenty of the data, like lakhs of records or crores of records, and you want to import everything without any limitation, then go for the data loader. So that means what? If we want to import greater than 50K records, then go for, if you want to import greater than 50K records, then go for what? Data loaders. Then go for data loaders. So hope everyone is catching the point. No one is sleeping. Supreet, Shiva, and Uma Varsha, don't sleep. Because, okay. So this is what the conclusion. So now I explained when to go for the data loaders also. Now let's see second step. What is the second step? Okay, what is the second step? My data is ready. Now what I need to do? My data is ready. Now what I need to do? I need to import into the Salesforce object. Do I have the object? I don't have the object. So therefore, create employee object or Chenna employee object. It is a custom object, right? So custom object. So create that. So with what? Create custom object. So it is going to have how many fields? It is going to have fields are nothing but employee ID, okay, employee name, and employee salary. These are the fields I would like to have. These are the fields I would like to have. So maybe you can have data types. So employee ID, what are the fields I would like to have, or what are the properties I would like to set? Okay, text is equal to, data type is equal to text I would like to take. Next, label is equal to what? Employee ID. Label is equal to employee ID. Next, record name. Record name, let it as employee ID. Okay, data type I already told. Allow reports, say yes. Okay, next there is one more field called employee name. Let's take this kind of data types and properties. Okay, data type is equal, let's take the text. Okay, next length. Let's take 18, and the last one is required is equal, let's make it as 2. Third field is going to be employee salary. Employee salary, let me make it as data type is equal to number. Okay, length is equal to 18, and required is equal to 2. So this is how I would like to create the Salesforce object called Chenna employee. So let me go ahead and create. So you already know how to create all these things. If you don't know, that's fine. If you don't know what can we do, Supreet? So if you don't know how to create a custom object, what we can do, Supreet? Supreet is there? Varsha is
Yes,
there?
Anna.
Uma. So if you don't know how to create the custom object till now, what we can do? Supreet, Shiva, Varsha, Uma. What we can do if you don't know how to create the custom object till now, because I am spending a lot of time and you are also spending a lot of time to learn this, and if you did not practice till now, what we can do? So nothing to do, you can join one more time. That is the best option, right? So please correct, right? Okay, so let me go ahead and create the employee object. Now if you see here, if you want to see more tabs, you can just click on this. So how to see more tabs? If you click on the plus symbol, then you will see more tabs. That's fine. Now let me go ahead and create an object. Let me go ahead and create the object. Setup, create, objects, new custom object. Okay, object, new custom object. Now what is the name I need to give? Chennai employee object. Plural name also I would like to give the same. Description, I don't want anything. Okay, so what is the first record name? Employee ID. And data type is, I said text. Allow reports? Yes. Okay, click on save. Click on save. That's it. My object is created. Now I need to create two more fields. So click on the fields. I am going fast because I spend a lot of time to explain all the things. So the second field I would like to have what? Employee name. That is nothing but the text again. For employee name, data type is equal to text. Click on next. Employee name, length and specifying ID, required yes. I'm just making that one, that's not a big deal. Click on next. Okay, click on next. So I would like to add one more, so therefore save on new. What is one more I would like to have? So employee salary, that is nothing but number data type. Number data type. Number. Next. Employee salary, and I would like to have the same. Blah blah blah. Required, I am making it as yes. Click on next. Click on next. Click on save. I don't want one more. So now we have all three fields. Now we have all three fields. Now how do I make this as an object? Can you tell me? I have to explain how to make this as an object. So how to make this as a tab? Right now it is not a tab. If you look at here, it's not showing. Chennai employee object is not showing as a tab. So how to make it as a tab? So go to the setup. Okay, create tabs. Okay, now new tab. I already told this one, new tab. So object name, what is the object name? Chennai employee. Style. What is the style you want? So I take form style. Let me take, you have plenty of the style, but the form style is going to good for this. Let me select form style. Okay. So click on next. Okay. So this is what I already explained these things, right? Defaultly on, defaultly off. Okay, tabs and all. So that's fine. Now if you look at here, this is going to be visible in this profiles. So do I have the profile which I created? Yes. Where is the profile which we created? Let me search with the Channa. So this is the profile which we created. For this profile also is going to be visible. That's fine, let it be. Click on next. So now if you look at here, in which application it has to be visible? It has to be visible in the Channa warehouse application. So that's why I am selecting only that application. Channa warehouse application. I am selecting only that. Click on save. Click on save. So that's all. Now if you look at here, here is that. So Chennai employee object came. Now if I go to the sales application, you don't see. Because I did not add for this application. So therefore let me go to the Chennai warehouse application. Now you can see the Chennai employee object or tab. That's how we can create the tab. Now if you look at here, do I have the records here? Do I have the records here? I don't have the records. Now third step is what? What is the third step? So the third step is going to be, so my CSV file is ready, that is the first step. My custom object is ready, that is the second step. The third step is importing process. Step 3, importing records. Records into Chennai employee object. Chennai employee object from asterisk dot CSV file, whatever we created. Okay. Now let's see the process. Let's see the process. How do I do? Go to the setup. Go to the setup. Click on create, or you see something called data management. There should be something called data here. They have given data management here. So they have given as part of administration. So data management. Then you will see something called import custom object. See this. There are so many categories of import. Importing snapshot, importing wizards, importing accounts. That means, let's say you have account object and the contact objects maintained somewhere else. Then you can import there. Importing leads, importing solutions. But right now I would like to import into the custom object. Import custom object. If you look at here, there is something called start importing wizard. You can click on that. Start importing wizard. You can click on that. Now if you look at here, it is saying, I said custom object, now it is saying which custom object you would like to import. I would like to import into Chennai employee. Chennai employee. Click on next. Okay. So now, so do you want to prevent the duplication or no? Let it be. Click on next. Okay. Now, once you click on the next, so so name and all this is also fine. So I think it is fine. Name let it be. Now, if you see here, choose the file. Now it is asking to choose the file. So which file I would like to choose? I need to choose the one dot CSV file. I choose. Now it is asking the format. So ISO 8888. This is a general format, generally used in the US now. So I would like to go to the same. Click on next. Now it is asking, if you look at here, CSV is having some, okay, let me open this. So in the CSV, these are the fields. In the database, these are the fields. So which field needs to map to which one? Which field needs to match which one? That is what we are specifying now. In the database column 0, I would like to match, I would like to map to employee ID. In the database column name or column 1, I would like to map to employee name. In the database or in the CSV, there is a column 2. I would like to map to salary. I would like to map to salary. So that's how you can do the mapping. Click on next. Record owner is not mapped. That's fine. Okay. Now you can start importing. Click on finish. So now assume that there are plenty of the records. Assume that there are lakhs of records, or I said at a time we can import 50,000 records. At a time we can import 50k records, right? 50k records. How do I know whether it is completed or not? How do I know whether it is completed or not? Okay, so you can check the status. You can check the status from so look at it here. So which imports files are pending? So if you see here, so this is what one import I did. So you see the status is completed. You see the status is completed. So that's how you can check the status. I am repeating here again. Let's say you have 50k records, and it is going to take some time if we have more records with more fields, maybe 20 seconds or 1 minute like that. So within that time, if you want to see whether your import is successful or not, you can check here. Which file or which import files are pending. If you click on this link, it will show you which are pending, which are completed. Basically it will show the status. Basically it will show the status. Now click on the employee object as I have the success status. Click on all records. See, now I got the records. So 104 is what? So in the CSV file, 104 is nothing but the UMA and $350. That's what it is. Now any questions on the first mechanism? If no questions, then we'll go for the second mechanism. So that's how about the importing the data. That is how the first mechanism works. Now if you have any questions on the first mechanism, you can ask me. Else we can go for the second mechanism. I told you what is the limitation in the first mechanism. So you can able to import 50k records per session. So if you want more, then you need to start one more session. Instead of that, you can go for the data loaders. Instead of that, you can go for the data loaders. Please tell me if you have any questions. Let me know. Otherwise, we can start the next concept. Subrit, Shiva, Varsha, Uma. Any questions on the first mechanism? If no, then we can start the Apex data loaders. Great. You all guys are great guys because no questions at all. Okay, so let's start with the second approach. I already explained what is the second approach, or why we need to go for the second approach. If you have plenty of the records, then we will go for this one, Apex data loaders. Same situation again. Let's say you have a data here and you would like to import into the database. I don't want to repeat that one. So situation is same. Now only thing is that we are going to check using the data loaders. So what is a data loader? What is a data loader? Please see this. It is a, what is a data loader? It is local file, local system software. It is a local system software that can import data into Salesforce. People call it as SFDC, that means Salesforce.com, Salesforce.com, or people call it as Salesforce, or people call it as SF.com. So whatever may be the technology, the goal is. So what is the Apex data loader? If anyone asks what is the Apex data loader, it is a local software. That means I need to install the software now. Please see this. It is a local software. That means I need to install the software now. If anyone asks what is the Apex data loader, you need to say that it is a local software that can be used to import the data into the Salesforce. Okay? So it is a client. I can say it is a client application. I can say local software means it is like a client application for bulk imports. It is a client application for bulk imports or exports of data. That means when to use this one? When to use the Apex data loader? So if you want to import the bulk data, if you want to export the bulk data, then you are going to use the data loaders. So therefore, on overall, if anyone asks what is the Apex data loader, it is a local software or it is a client application used to import or export the data of the Salesforce, or import the data into the Salesforce or export the data out of the Salesforce. That means, let's say you have the data in the you have the data available in the Salesforce, and you would like to get that out of. Then you can also use this tool to upload the export the data. Now the question is, what are the different operations can be performed through data loaders? This is one question most of them are asking. So what does it mean? I said it is a local software used to import the data and export the data. You are importing the data means what? You are inserting. So that means you can do the insert. Okay, you are exporting the data or you are importing the data. That means you are doing update. Next, you can also do offset. You can also do delete. That means you can perform delete operation. You can also perform export, as I said. These are the different operations we can perform. So if anyone asks the question, what are the different operations we can perform using Apex data loader, then you need to tell all these things. Now, if you look at this operations, you are importing the data, that means you are inserting. So you are clear with that. You are importing the data. When you import, even with the record importing mechanism also, there is an option called do you want duplicates. And sometimes you can do the update. Update means already record is available, you are going to overwrite it. Update, that is nothing but the update. Then what is the difference between offset and update? Anyone? Because this is not the Salesforce terminology, this is there in all the places. Even all these operations are there in most of the places. Insert, update, delete, export, offset. This is offset, not upset. Offset. UPSCRT. Okay. Now tell me, what is the difference between update and offset? Anyone? Anyone? What is the difference between update and offset? Okay, now look at this. I have an employee table like this. I have an employee table 101, Satya, Okay, 20 rupees or 200 rupees. Assume that this is how I have the data. Please try to understand the difference between update and upset. Delete, nothing, it is going to delete the record. So this is what my employee record, and I am trying to import this data. I am trying to import this data 101, okay, ABC and 250. I am trying to import the data using update. I am trying to import the data using update. Then what happens? This record is going to be modified. This record is going to be modified as what? ABC and 250. Okay. Now, what happens if this record is not there? What happens if this record is not there? Then you will be getting the error. That means what? So your update always try to do the modification. Your update always try to do the modification. Then what upset will do? Let's say this is what the data, this is what the record, and you are trying to insert what? Or you are trying to import 101 XYZ and let's say 299, and you are performing operation called upset. When you perform the upset, it will go and check, is this employee number available? If available, then it will go and do update. It will go and do update. If record is not available, then it will go and insert. That means it will go and insert a new record. But here, update is not going to do, update is not going to insert a new record. It is always try to see if 101 is available. If available, then it will go and update that record. What upset will do? It will check, is this 101 is available? If available, it will modify it. That means it performs the update operation. If this 101 is not available in the object, then it will go on to create it. Creation is nothing but insert. Creation is nothing but insert. So therefore, upset means update or insert. That's what the final conclusion. So that means what? Whenever you have selected an operation called upset, it will check, is this data already available? If available, then it will go and modify. If data is not available, then it will go and insert the record. So therefore, final conclusion is upset can perform insert or update. When it is going to perform insert? If record, 101 record is not available in the database. When it is going to perform update? If 101 is available in the database. That's the difference between update and upset. So insert you know, update you know. Now I explain the upset. Upset is nothing but the combination of 1 and 2. Delete, it is going to delete the record. Export means it is going to export the records out of the Salesforce. Any questions till now? Any questions till now? If not, then let's see. Sorry? You are trying to say something?
No questions, sir.
Great. So now you are good with upset. See, in the Oracle also this concept is there. In MS Access also this concept is there. Even in FoxPro also this concept is there. I think you know FoxPro, right? FoxPro. FoxPro, MS Access. Then what? Oracle. Then Sybase. These are the different databases, right? These are the different databases. And if you look at here, there are terminals in the databases. DBMS, RDBMS, and ORDBMS. Do you know when to call? Let's say today there is a Foxglove, tomorrow MS Access, day after tomorrow Oracle, okay, and sometime later Sybase. So in what basis we are calling certain things as database? In what basis we are calling certain things as RDBMS? In what basis certain things we are calling it as ORDBMS? Do you know? So please catch this point. I think you read the database concepts, right? In the database concept, there is something called the EF card rule. EF COD, card rules. How many people know EF card rules in the databases? See, this is what the concept is. What the concept says is that, see, we don't know what tomorrow is going to come. What is the tomorrow's database? And if you look at here, people says, I have XXX and my XXX is database. People says, I have YYY and my YY is RDBMS. And people says, I have GGG and my GG is ORDBMS. ORDBMS. So on what basis they are telling my XXX is DBMS, my YYY is RDBMS and ORDBMS. So let me tell you 2-3 minutes. Actually, I don't want to go this way because it is wasting my. I mean, it is going to waste the time. But this is going to give good knowledge. I don't know how many people are aware of this. Let me tell you. Let me tell you this one. So for databases, there are thousands of rules. For databases, there are thousands of rules. I don't want to repeat because it's not my subject. Please try to catch in a single shot. For databases purpose, there are thousands of rules. Database means it may be a Access, it may be a Foxglove, it may be a Oracle, it may be a Sybase, or it may be whatever it may be. For databases, there are thousands of rules. And in the market, there is no database which satisfies all these rules. In the market, there is no database which is satisfying all these rules. Then, what EF card did is that, EF card, this is a scientist or whatever it may be, EF card. What EF card did is that, out of these thousands of rules, he filtered everything, blah, 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 blah. Then he has given 12 rules, or he come up with the 12 rules. Out of the 1000 rules, he filtered so many things, and he finally come up with the 12 rules for the databases. And what he says is that, if any database coming into the market and that database satisfies my 12 rules, then call it as a DBMS. But the problem is, again, there is no database which is satisfying these 12 rules. Sorry. The problem is, again, that they suggested so many things. Our parents suggest so many things. Are we listening? We are not listening. The same way here. EF card also suggested 12 rules. But in the market, there is no database which is satisfying these 12 rules. Then again there is a drill down. That means what? If any database satisfies minimum 8 rules out of these 12 rules, then they will call it as DBMS. Sorry. Let me take one just break. I'm getting cough. Okay, sorry. So there is no database which is satisfying 12 rules in the market. So therefore again some drill down happens. And now the conclusions are like this. If any database satisfies minimum 8 rules out of these 12 rules, then it is called as a DBMS. Now there is a database called FastPro. It is satisfying 8 rules. That's why it is DBMS. That's why it is DBMS. There is a database called Access. There is nothing but the MS Access. It is satisfying 9 rules. That's why RDBMS. There is a database called Oracle in the market. Oracle satisfies 11 rules. So out of these 12 rules. That's why it is calling it as ORDBMS. It's not like that's why it is calling it as ORDBMS. They want to give different name. So which is going to support almost 11, not almost, it is going to support 11 rules, or it is going to satisfy 11 rules out of these 12 rules. That's nothing but the Oracle, and Oracle is a ORDBMS. Now the question is, which rule Oracle does not satisfy? Which EF card rule Oracle does not satisfy? Any idea? There is a rule called view updating rule. View updating rule. So what are the 12 rules? What are the EF card 12 rules? Like a view updating rule, null values rules, insertion rules, like that 12 rules are there. Out of that, view updating rule is one of the rules that is not satisfying by Oracle. That is not satisfying by Oracle. So those are the conclusions. Let me come out of from that. So that's what if you see, if you have idea on multiple steps, it's great for you, so that you, I mean your skill set. That's what in one of the movie there is something, right? One quotation: information is the wealth. So whatever you know, even though you are working on Java or C language or somewhere else, it's good to know most of the stuff, so that you will get the commanding basically. Even in IT companies, most of the, I mean, I don't know whether I can tell you here or not, but I would like to spend 1 minute of time. In the IT companies, most of the people says, I am expert, I am having 10 years of experience in Java, I am having 11 years of experience in ABAP. Do you think that they are the experts from the 12th year? Let's say I am the Java expert from last 12 years. Okay, I am the Java expert in the from last 12 years. Do you think that in the next years, that means 12 to let's say 20, 12 to 20 years of experience, do you think that they will be experts? Experts? I'll say no. 80% they will not expose. 80% they will not expose. The reason is, once your experience is increasing, your designations are going to be increased. Let's say initially you will be like software engineer. Even though if you are an expert in the Java, then you will be great. Then you will be going as senior software, then lead, module lead, then lead, then what? Then so architect, then senior architect. So once your designations are increased, then you should, or the company expect you to do more. Not only that, okay, you are expert in the Java. Your expertise of Java requires, but that does not mean that, okay, if something comes on web services and you are not, I mean you can't say no. So therefore, please remember, up to 10 years only you will get the chance to work in different areas. Once your years of experience, I don't know, in the US, okay, for more years you will be doing the coding. That's great in the US. In India it is not like that. So obviously, even though you are not interesting to go to next level, they will move you because of so many factors. because of so many factors, market standards, that standards, these standards and all. So once you move to the next levels, you will not get the opportunity to work in multiple technologies. If you work in multiple technologies, generally you will be successful guy in the higher levels, let's say senior architect level, senior manager level now. Okay, so that's why work as many as technologies if you have a chance. Don't say that, okay, I know only Salesforce, I'll do only Salesforce. Don't say I know only Oracle, I can work only Oracle. Take the risk in first 10 years, then once you cross the 10 years, then you will see the beauty of that. Because of your lot of expertise in different areas, you can do a lot of stuff, and your team respects you, basically. Okay, let me come out of that. Sorry. Now, so what are the different ways? I already explained: insert, update, upset, delete, and export. Now, let's see the steps. So the steps is now importing data. What are the steps? Steps to import the data using Apex data loader. I'm not writing the steps. Anyway, I'll give these steps in the text file. Now let's go ahead and see. So go to the data management. Data management is available. See the steps whatever I give. If you do not find, you can search it. Data management. Yeah, here is the data management. Data management. Then there is something called the data loader. Click on that. See this? It is trying to download data loader. That means I am trying to install the client software. That's what the meaning of data loader. If you see here, I said it is a local software or it is a local application. So therefore, I am trying to import the local application. Import the local application. Save. So it is 39 MB. It is going to take nearly 1 minute. Let it be take. So what is the step we are trying to do now? We are trying to import we are trying to download the client software. We are trying to download the client software. So let it be download. Now let me go and clean up my records. Let me go and clean up my records because we would like to import it, right? So I am cleaning up this records so that I can import into same object. Instead of I spend time to create the record, create the object and all. Now if you look at here, if you look at my object, there are no records at all. Now next step what I am going to do, there are no records. Next step what I am going to do, I am going to import the records using data loader. So it is almost 70% download is done. Let it complete the remaining download. Hey, good morning. Yen hassle can be done. I phone you in 9 minutes. Silence going to sign me. Okay, so done almost. Once you download the Apex data loader, you need to install it. Let me go ahead and install. Yeah, it's done. Now I am trying to install it. Double click on this one. That's what I said. It is a client software or client application. So would like to install? Yes. Accept. Data loader. Next. Click on install. Okay. So please see this. I already cleaned up the records. There are no records in the employee object now. Now we are going to import using data loaders. Okay. So it's done. So the installation is done. Now if you look at here, I said this is a client software. Now this is the software. So double click on this one. That means open the data loader. Now if you look at here, these are the operations I told. Insert, update, offset, delete, export, export all. Please see this. I click on the application. When I click on the application, immediately it is asking what kind of operations you would like to perform. Insert, update, offset, delete, what do you want? I says insert. Now it is asking where do you want to insert? Because it is a client software, right? So where do you want to insert? That is what it is asking. Okay. So I would like to insert where? channareddy training@gmail.com. Then how do I know the password? This password you need to generate it. Or this password is nothing but combination of two things. Data loader password is combination of two things. The first one is your Salesforce password, plus security token. So how do I know the security token? You need to generate the security token. But you see how this is what people say. I mean, this is what one kind of security mechanism. You are trying to import using your local software. That means what? There should be certificate exchanged between your local software and the Salesforce. There should be certificate exchanged between local software and Salesforce. That's why you go and generate the certificate, security token. So how do I generate the security token? Let me repeat again. Your data loader password is nothing but your Salesforce password plus security token. Right now there is no security token, we will generate it. Plus means please don't add plus symbol in the password. What I am trying to say is that, let's say your Salesforce password is ABC and your security token is, let's say your security token is X123 or X12. Then the final password is going to be what? ABC X12. Please don't type plus, because I know some people, I say this conversation but people go and type plus in between, so they will start. Now let me generate the security token. How do I generate the security token? Go to setup. Go to setup. Go to manage users or my personal info. Where is my personal info? Go to personal setup. Permissions, users, and let me go to this. This is the user, right? I am the user. I need to check the option. Where are the options available? The option will be something called security token. security consoles. There will be something called personal setup. I don't remember where that option is. Let me look for that option. So there will be personal info. Reset my security token like that will be there. Security token. Let me see, the security controls is there. Do you see something called security token? Email, permission set. Let me see. Recently they changed the tab names, I think. I don't know. I mean, they reordered the functionalities here and there. Applications, here it won't be because it's more are into creation, templates, flows, global actions. This is nothing but the customization. I don't think so here we will be having. Okay, let me, where is the personal setup? Where do you see personal setup? Okay, can you type it again? I did not read the word. There will be something called personal setup. Okay, can you type it again? Left side, my profile. Even here? Otherwise I can search the help, what is there? Inside the user? Inside the user? Let me go to chat. I don't know what do you think me? Okay, so setup. Setup, personal setup. That's what, where is the personal setup? On left side, my profile. In my profile. Okay, yeah, here is that. So go here, my profile. My settings. This is my settings. Do you see here security token? This is a my profile. I think I'm in the correct place, right? Where do you see that option? My profile. It's a my personal info. There will be something called my personal info. Or you can see reset a security token. That is how you see the options. Setup users. Login group profile. Reset passwords. That is for the resetting the password. So if you look at here, this is one more thing. If you look at here, we imported it, right? So you got the mail from the Salesforce. That okay, these many are successful, all these things. That's fine. You can close it. Maybe you can think of the navigation steps, like click on my profile, click on that navigation step. You can tell me for sure. I mean, you can ping me. You can ping me where do I need to click. Security. You can also search here. Reset my security token. So let's see, reset my security token. I select this one, let's see, getting started. Are you giving me the steps, Varsha? Navigation clicks? Are you sending me the navigation source? We are waiting. When you click on no username, it shows setup. Yes. Developer console.
Under Channa Reddy it is there.
Under Channa Reddy, do you see?
Yeah, and click on arrow mark. Go to my settings.
Yeah.
Go to my settings under Channa Reddy. Click on personal here, left side.
Yeah, my personal info. Okay.
Yeah, here it is. Sixth option.
I think, yeah. That's what I remember something called like this. Yeah, reset my security token. Okay, thank you. Okay, so that's what. So they are changing these options here and there. So I don't, okay, that's fine. So you can remember this option, otherwise you can go and see the help. You have a documentation thread. If you search in the developer documentation, you will get it. So like security token or reset security token. And you need to see the version of the doc also. Okay, so anyway, that's fine. Now come back to here. So if, okay, let me repeat the step. So you will go to my settings, and you need to click on personal. So personal information, you can see here, or previously they have given under personal information. So now they moved it as a separate option. Reset my security token. Okay, fine. Anyway, now reset my security token. Click on this. It will send you an email. Yeah. So if you look at here, your password is sent to the email. Now you go to the email. You got the email. So this is what your security token. I am copying this. Please look at here. Now I am starting with data Apex loader. Click on insert. Now what is the username? Hands-onTRAINING@gmail.com. So my password I am entering. Then followed by the security token whatever we got. Now click on login. What does it mean? We are authenticating that. We are authenticating this client application under the Salesforce. That is what the meaning. So it is verifying the username, password in the Salesforce. Login successful. Click on next. Now select the CSV file. What is the CSV file? So this is the CSV file. Now to which object you would like to add it? Which object we would like to add it? In the Chennai employee. Sorry. What happened? Let me go back. Chennai employee, then this one. Click on next. Okay. Now this is all we have. Now we need to do the mapping. What is the mapping we need to do? So you need to choose okay. So you can do whatever you want, choose our existing mappings or create and edit mappings. Create and edit mappings. If you look at here the mappings, employee name correct, employee salary correct, employee ID is correct. Or you can drag and drop here, custom field. So for employee name, this is going to be, for employee salary, this is going to be, and for employee name, this is going to be. Sorry, you need to swap this, employee salary, employee name and name. So these are the steps. That is how you can do the mappings. That means mappings are nothing but which fields, which data field, which CSV field has to match with the data model. So this is how employee ID is nothing but name, employee name, employee salary. Click on next. So it is asking some dictionary. Dictionary and all not required. So you can select finish, or you can select some local database, or just select C drive or something. Okay, finish. So it is asking some directory. Let me select the directory as desktop CC. So it is the successful messages will be written here, nothing more than that. So yes, login. So if you look at here, what it is trying to do is that select the directory where you would like to have your successful or error messages saved. I just said that something. So if you see here, it is saying successful. If you want to view the errors, you can view the errors. If you want to view the success, you can see the success. These are the records imported. So if you see the view errors, there are no errors. We are good. Click on OK. Now close the data loaders. Go to the Salesforce. Go to the Salesforce and see whether we have records or not. And see whether you have the records or not. Okay, we got the records. That's about the two mechanisms. Integrations. So the third mechanism is integrations. Integration you can do depends upon your company. If there is no specific requirement, like integration with the sales, integration between Salesforce and SAP, integration between web services and SAP, integration between Java and SAP. Like there are so many integrations, that is depends upon your company. That's all about this one. Next, tomorrow we'll start Visual Force. Tomorrow there is a class. Tomorrow we'll start the Visual Force. If you have any questions, you can ask me, else we can stop here. So what we discussed today? We discussed today about the data models, why data models, how to import the existing data into the Salesforce. For that we have two mechanisms majorly, import and data loaders. What is the import? So we explained, and what is the limitation? You can import 50K records per session. What is the meaning of session? We discussed. Okay, so we can import 50K, and if you want more than 50K, then you will go with the Apex data loader. What is the Apex data loader? It is a client software, and we have seen how to import it or how to download it and install it. Once the download and install is over, next step is what? It is going to ask the password. That password is nothing but the combination of your Salesforce login plus the security token. How to generate the security token? So the security token is part of your personal info. So you can see that's what you need to remember the conclusion, because there is no guarantee that okay they will give same option in the next version. If you merge it, then you will not get any steps. You need to remember the step is I need to generate I need to reset the security token. That is the option. So to reset the security token, you will have plenty of the options. So previously they have given under personal information. Okay, so now they are giving it as a separate link, and tomorrow they are giving different place. We don't know. Those are all can be expected. So that's why you need to remember. So yes, I would like to reset my security token. That's the conclusion. Where that option comes in the next version, that's not a big problem for us. For us, we need to remember where to reset my security token. Or we need to reset my security token. That's the option. That option they will not change. Okay, so we have seen and we imported blah 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 and done. So tomorrow onwards we start the customizations using Visual Force. Tomorrow we have the class. Let's meet tomorrow. Thank you. If you have any questions, you can ask me. Else we can stop here. Any questions? I'll send the tutorials, whatever I explained till now. I type it, whatever I did.